I walked into my apartment and found my mother standing over my cat with a knife, shouting, "If I can't have control, no one can." I froze in the doorway. My cat Whiskers was backed into the corner, hissing. My mother-in-law Helen had a steak knife in her hand, tears streaming down her face. "Helen, what are you doing?" I dropped my groceries. Apples rolled across the floor. She whipped around. "You're taking my son away from me!" This woman had been a nightmare for 6 years. From the moment Eli proposed, she made it clear I wasn't good enough. She'd show up unannounced on Sunday mornings while I was still in my bathrobe. Once she walked in and said, "I used to wear things like that before I got married too." She criticized everything. How I folded towels, how I made eggs, even my cooking. "Is this how you're going to feed my son?" she'd say, poking at my lasagna. Eli always defended her. "She means well," he'd say. "She's just old-fashioned." We couldn't make any decision without calling her first. Buying a couch, Helen had to approve. Planning a trip, we had to check her schedule. She had a spare key and treated our apartment like her second home. Last month was my breaking point. Eli surprised me with dinner at Lucas, our anniversary spot. I wore that black wrap dress he used to compliment. The restaurant was perfect, dimly lit, romantic. Then I heard that sharp voice. "Why didn't you invite me?" Helen, in her leopard print blouse, marched over, glaring at us. Eli froze. She turned to me. "You didn't think I'd want to be included? Very selfish." Then Eli did the unthinkable. He pulled out the empty chair. "Just sit, Mom. It's fine." That was it. 6 years of being made small. I stood up. "You two enjoy. I'm done with this marriage." The entire restaurant went silent. I walked out and stayed at my friend Felicity's house. When I came back 3 days later, there was a note on the counter. "She's in the guest room." I walked in. Her clothes were in the closet. Her toiletries on the dresser. Family photos on the walls, all Helen and Eli. Not one with me. That's when I realized this wasn't about one dinner. This was a calculated takeover. I told Eli that night, either she leaves or I'm filing for divorce. He looked at me like I was crazy. "She's my mother. She's just trying to help." "Help with what, Eli? Taking over our marriage? You're being dramatic." "Then I'm leaving." I stayed at Felicity's for a week, got a lawyer, filed the papers. Eli called me every day, but I didn't answer. On day 8, I texted him, "The divorce is happening. I'm coming to get my things on Friday." That Friday, I went to our apartment around noon. Eli was at work. I had a moving truck scheduled for 3 p.m. I unlocked the door. That's when I heard Whiskers screaming. I ran inside and found Helen in the living room, holding my cat by the scruff, a steak knife in her other hand. Whiskers was clawing at the air, terrified. "If I can't have control, no one can," she screamed. "Helen, what are you doing?" My voice was shaking. She whipped around, mascara running down her face. "You're ruining everything. He was happy before you." "Put down the knife." "No, you filed for divorce. You're taking my son away." She moved the knife